I'd ask if the frequency was in use, but I can see that it's not. This is K4PEW net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. If you have an emergency, we'll break any time for that, but you can call 911 as your best choice. If you can't do that, tell us and just make sure to give us your address. Net can be broken anytime for that. Just say break or emergency or whatever you want to say. Or help. You can see us right now, so to speak, on the web page. Well, not on my web page, but it's Yahoo's web page for me. It is just go into the search block on, on YouTube. YouTube, we go to YouTube search block, put in my call K4PW. It will bring up a premiere, and you can see what your signal looks like versus other people's signals, and you can maybe have to hear other people's signals on there since you can't hear me at your location. So all that being said, it's a nice tool to figure out how well you're doing and how well others are doing. You can also go to the 146.415.net. I'm not going to repeat it because it's the same as the frequency, except for the dot. You can also go to groups.io, groups.India Oscar, and you can join our email list if you so choose. You can. That's a good place to sell equipment, buy equipment, ask technical questions, and get updates on everything, absolutely 100% of things in ham radio. Well, at least from my perspective. And anyone else who chooses to tell me about stuff. Also, you can go to, or you can send me an email at k4pew@arrl.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. And we do it as always on 146.415 FM Simplex. The purpose of the net is to have fun. Figure out what you can do to make your station better, and the best way to do that is listen to other stations. If you really do have a question in particular why somebody can't hear you, or you're not sure if they hear you, you can always go in a break and ask if you can go direct to that person to find out how well they're copying you. Let's say in a distant, on the other side of the county or the other side of the Middle Tennessee, which isn't unusual because we cover just about from all the way in the northwest of Middle Tennessee, all the way down to the southeast, and vice versa on the northeast and southwest. But we do cover Wilson and Nashville, Davidson very well. All right, and also up into Sumner County, etc. I don't have any announcements other than tonight. Tonight we have the 2-meter net, the 10-meter net on 28.415, and we have the 220 net on 223.5 following all of that. Also, don't forget, Saturday is the breakfast over at Golden Corral in Hermitage. Can't miss it. Well, you could miss it. It's easy to find. Golden Corral, Hermitage. It's behind the Chick-fil-A on the east side of the road. You won't miss it. Also, there's a 10-meter net on Sunday nights. Most of you know about it, but I always mention it, usually. And that's at 28.415, and it's on Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. Ably handled now for, I forget whether it's a 2-year or 3-year anniversary. It's already been passed this past Sunday. But it's a really good net, and don't miss it. 10 meters, 28.415, Sunday nights, 7:30 p.m. I don't care what you're doing. You're out to dinner with your wife, went out to the car and check in Simplex. Check in on your 10-meter mobile unit. Any other announcements?
KM4YRS.
What?
Listen, I'd like to announce the big winner for the 3-year anniversary of the Mid-10 phone net, if it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I've got everybody's name in a bowl here. I'm shaking it up real good, and I'm fixing to draw one out. And the lucky winner is...
I don't have any drum roll here.
WB0NOO. I had to unkey to be able to unfold the paper. Mark, you're a lucky winner. I hope you're listening tonight. And if you're going to be at the breakfast on Sunday, I'll bring it to you.
Wahoo! WB0NOO. Thanks, Mike.
Do you know what the prize is?
No.
You get to buy me breakfast.
Oh, well, that's good too.
No, I posted it on IO Groups. It's a $75 Visa gift card, so you can do what you choose with it.
Oh, wow. Well, that's pretty good. Thanks.
Well, you know our motto. It pays to check in on the mid-10 phone net.
Yeah, I haven't won anything since I was 10 years old. But anyway, thanks, Mike. Back to you, Paul. WB0NOO.
Yeah, you won your bride. You won her over.
I guess.
Very good. No comment. Very good. That was Mike. He just announced there was a $75 prize for checking in prize. Yeah, I guess it's a prize for checking into the 10-meter net on Sunday nights. He doesn't do that too often, but it's definitely worth, well, it's worth $75. Anybody else with announcements? Please come up. Nothing heard. There is a, well, I'll say it, so there'll be announcements sent out on the reminder system, but there is a severe weather awareness day. It's February 25th, but you'll get announcements on that coming up prior to that event. So I'm not going to announce it every stinking week, but you can definitely, if you're interested in going, you'll get the announcement on the email system. February 25th, you can look it up yourself. The Severe Weather Awareness Week. It's put on by the National Weather Service and all of those beautiful people in the local network. Anyway, let's take check-ins now. We'll tip people short on time or mobile. Please come in.
And on MDJ.
I already checked you in, man. What's up, Michael?
Just out making a run to the store and stopped by the Wendy's. Just happened to be mobile while y'all are doing the net. Just 73s to the net, and don't forget Houston Butcher Shop.
We're not taking ads today, but yeah, you were telling me that earlier. I can't wait to get down there. Mike was bragging about their bacon burgers that they have pre-prepared, mixed up for your purchase, right? No, not cooked. Anyway, that's. I'm not even going to say it. It's a meat shop in Mount Juliet, up towards Mount Juliet, up towards Lebanon Road. Anyway, thanks for checking in, Mike. That was November 1, Mike Delta Juliet. He's mobile over at a fast food place. I don't even want to mention retail names anymore. I'm afraid we'll get canceled if that were possible. Anybody else short on time? Or mobile? Boy, that's another. We only had one. All right, well, tonight we're starting with the East. We're at net number 868. And go ahead, East, come now.
WA4ZHI.
Hello, James. Getting soggy out there tonight?
Well, it was earlier tonight. I'm outside now. I'm not out there.
I left my dogs out for a while and they got soaked.
I had to go out and get the paper and put the garbage cans out and all that kind of stuff in the rain.
No big deal. It was only sprinkling, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just sprinkling. I had a little jacket on.
Yeah, well, it's not too bad. It was just getting a little cool, and tonight I think it's going down to mid-30s, like 35, and tomorrow morning it's going down into the 20s in the morning. So it'll be an interesting couple of days.
I got a question for you. I see you on the screen just fixed. How do I make so you're moving?
I got a screen that's what?
It says K4PEW. It's just a fixed picture of you with your glasses on, but it's not moving.
I don't know if you're tuned into YouTube, you should be able to get it. Maybe refresh your screen there because I'm on the air on YouTube on that premiere.
Well, I'm on YouTube. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
No, I don't either. I don't know. Is everybody else seeing the regular radio screen? The rousing answer. I guess me and James and Mark and Michael are the only, or the two Michaels, the only ones out there tonight. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, James. I'm seeing it here, but then I'm seeing it the same place you are, but I'm the one who starts it, so I have to see it. And I'm pretty sure if you just refresh it or restart your browser or something. I'm not sure what to do there. That's probably what you probably restart your browser and reset it and go to town. Let me know if it works out for you. Famous last words. There your answer is reboot. Very good. Hope you're all doing well and the family's doing okay.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good.
All right, very good. Anything else for the net?
No, not at the moment.
Yeah, my wife insisted I used to have a what do you call it? A topic for tonight because we were goofing around talking about. We had a show watching the UFO documentary, which was a pretty decent documentary. over the last 50, 60, 70, 80 years. And I told her I had seen a UFO. And she goes, really? I said, yeah, I saw a UFO. I said, it wasn't much. It was a light in the sky. It was acting erratically out in the middle of the ocean. And I pointed it out to the officer of the deck while I was in the Navy. And he pointed, yeah, you're right, that is. It doesn't make any sense. Usually meteors go in a straight line. I said, usually, they always do. And any other aircraft out in the middle of the ocean goes in a straight line. And this one was making erratic motions in the sky. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention it. Haven't you seen any UFOs? James, have you seen any UFOs?
No, I wasn't outside at the time.
Well, not today.
I haven't seen any UFOs.
Okay, very good. I've seen a lot of unidentified objects, but they're in town here, mostly over at Walmart. Okay, then there was Rico. There was James Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India. He is here in Mount. Anybody else about from the east? Please come now.
Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo, Kilo India 4 Oscar Romeo. Good evening, Paul.
Very good. See any UFOs?
I have.
Oh, cool. Where'd you see it?
Me and a buddy of mine down at Lagata Boat Ramp one afternoon, one night, shooting the breeze, carrying on a bunch of nonsense. And like you said, we saw some lights that were here one minute, and there the next, and over yonder another, and don't know what they was, but we know what they wasn't. There wasn't nothing from this world, it didn't look like, but they were moving around erratically, about 3 of them.
Huh. Yeah, how long ago was that?
Oh, good Lord. I'm 69 now. That was when I was in my 20s.
Oh, that's when they were interested in you when you were young.
I guess.
Now, it's funny because we think of UFOs as being all, UFO is a very generic term, as you know, because we don't always know what they are when we see them. Now, I'd love to see one of them flying saucers, man. Those are cool.
Yeah. But I've always believed that there was life somewhere other than here. As vast as this whole system is we live in, and outside our own solar system, there's bound to be somebody somewhere that's a little bit probably more advanced than we are. May not be like us, but they're out there, I feel like, anyway.
Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised. The odds, even if you look at it statistically, with 60 trillion, billion, gazillion planets and solar systems and galaxies, there's got to be one or two.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyway, but again, that doesn't mean there is. It just means statistically, it stands to reason there'd be something.
You'd think so. Carry on. Appreciate what you're doing down there, and we'll holler at you after a while. KI4SIB shutting up. Thank you, sir.
All right, that's Richard and Stephanie, KI4SIB and KI4SOR. And they're just a little west of downtown Lebanon. Who else is east?
Okay, I'm Huey.
Have you ridden any UFOs there, Stan?
Say again?
I said, have you ridden any, have you been pulled up into any UFOs recently? We were talking about UFOs.
No, I think it was back when I was about 12 years old. Me and a friend of mine saw several things that were going, I think west to east. There was probably a dozen of them. They moved across the sky pretty fast, but I'm not real sure what they were.
Well, that's kind of the key to unidentified. That's why it means unidentified if you're not sure what they were. It's some of the things that I've seen videos of or pictures of. You know, they're like my arbitrary answer to this, and I'm not saying I'm a complete skeptic. I tell my, she goes, oh no, there's UFOs. I said, well, here's the problem. Everybody on the planet, well, almost everybody on the planet carries around a video camera and a camera in their pocket. I'm expecting to see a whole crap load of UFO pictures around the globe.
Yeah, this is true, Bo. I don't know. I don't know if there's life out there, but I guess it remains to be seen if we have any proof of it.
Oh yeah, no, proof would be great. They seem to think they do have proof, and that's also debatable, and it's a fun thing to talk about. You know, because what's his name? What is his name? The guy who used to do all the, man, his name escaped me there for a minute. The guy who had the late night show with on radio from he was the one from Pahrump, Utah, Pahrump, Arizona, wherever it is. And what the heck is his name?
Art Bell.
Oh yeah, Art Bell. I couldn't think of his name. Too simple. See, it's not a long Polish name like mine, so it's easy to forget. Anyway, Art Bell. He was always a good one to talk about this subject. Anyway, that was Stan, KM4HQE. He is in Lebanon. Excuse me, who else is east? Nobody else east? All right, north. Please come now.
WV0NOO, the winner.
I'm sure. Is that what your wife calls you?
Well, she always has.
Very good. I'm not going to ask you what you're going to spend. $75 going to a new antenna to replace that disco.
Yeah. I've got the antenna laying in the garage. I just haven't got it up. So, whatever. But that was a pleasant.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Very, very generous of Mike. That's really cool. So you notice I don't give out any prizes for this night. I'd be go broke because there's only net number 868. Huh?
Well, you wouldn't think Mike would outdo you so much.
Well, that's all right. I'm willing to let him be generous. See, to me, I'm the gift that keeps on giving.
Whatever you say, Paul. Anyway, carry on. I don't have anything for the net.
All right, very good. Of course, I'm joking. I'm a fairly humble guy. I think I don't really want to. Well, all I'm saying is I don't think. What do I give? I'm not sure I'm a gift to anybody other than the fact that I keep sticking it out here on the web here on this, on the net for almost 10, going on 9 years. Oh no, we will be 10 years as of 8 months or something. Anyway, that's my big claim to fame here. That was Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar, and that's Mark. No UFOs, Mark?
Strange sighting in the sky, but I pretty much believe they're mostly terrestrial. I think anybody with a lot of sense that would.
Right. They come here and go, "Ooh, boy, we're leaving." Yeah, these people are dangerous, man. They got guns. Anyway, that was Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar, and he's in Northwest Wilson. Who else is north?
Kilo Echo 4, Romeo Victor, Quebec.
Mr. R.
Yeah, no, Art was out for Rump, Nevada. Seen his place when we went to Las Vegas. And you couldn't get to it. There was a fence all the way around it. But he lived in a double transmitting tower. And he was interconnected with the radio station there in Pahrump.
Oh, very good. Yeah, there's an old acquaintance, so he's since passed away, out in Pahrump. And I went and looked at where he lived, and it is one of the most desolate areas.
Well, there's rumors that this old man Pinion's buried out there. When they murdered him, he just disappeared. Somebody buried him out there in Pahrump.
Buried who?
Pinion. I can't remember his first name, but he owned Pinion Casino in the old part of Las Vegas, and then the gambling commission has banned him from his own property.
Yeah, even that's dangerous to ban a mafioso from his own property,
Yeah, it didn't work out real.
No, it wouldn't be. But no, Parump's pretty cool, and I would guess that'd be the best place to see UFOs. But what UFO?
I don't know. The only UFO I ever came in contact with, and I was driving up here, Dayton, Ohio, and there was like a big line in my windshield. And I kept looking, what the heck is that? What the heck is that? The thing turned sideways, and when it did, it was a B-2 bomber.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen one of those. I was shocked by one of those B-2 bombers. I was driving down the road. It was prior to the Super Bowl in Tampa, which would have been 90 something. I forget what year it was. And I was in heavy traffic, and I heard this noise out. And the car, was a nice day. The car, the windows open. And I heard this noise, and I looked to my left, and I saw this huge thing flying, not treetop level, but low. And I said, "Holy crap!"
Well, it's crazy. I know a couple of security policemen that were off the base there in Dayton. They
Yeah.
Two of them, they swear up and down. They said the rumors are real.
Yeah, again, I'm not going to dispute what anybody sees. Like I said, I saw one when I was in the Navy, and I was actually in a lookout position, so that was my job to just look for things. Again, I didn't see any huge objects. It was I would say it would look like a very bright, like a planet, how typically planets are relatively small in the sky anyway. Usually they're larger than a star. And I happened to notice it was moving, but moving erratically as I watched it, because being at night, your board is all get out, believe me, out at sea. And if you're on it, and you can look at the stars, it's a wonderful chance to get acquainted with the Milky Way out in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, I was looking up and I see this one. I look at it, watching it, and I said, wait a minute, it's not going straight. Meteors go straight, airplanes go straight, helicopters different, but you're not going to see a helicopter 1,500 miles from shore. So anyway, that was my big moment. I told the officer of the deck, hey, I got something here. You want to take a look? And he goes, yeah. And we'll write it down as a UFO in the log. I'm sure it's in the logs there in the archives in DC somewhere.
Yeah, it's really hard to say. I thought I guy one time it turned out to be the West Star communication satellite.
Oh yeah, well satellites. We used to lay out in the backyard, and, late at night and watch both meteorites and the stars and the satellites. Those are some in the '60s.
Yep, sure do. Well, 73, Paul, thanks for doing the net, and I'll try to talk to you next week.
Wilson, who else is north?
Okay.
Oh man, I think Frank, I get the impression you may have been one of those people that got pulled up for medical testing in one of those UFOs.
Oh, no, not me. My brother.
No, really. Have you had any experience at all? Because a lot of people haven't. Don't get me wrong. There's that on something that's unidentified.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say for sure. I call it more like, phenomena than flying object, because I wasn't sure what I was seeing, because it looked more like lights and stuff. But I do believe there's a lot of stuff we don't know. If you've never seen something that's unidentified to you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Somewhere out in space, there's a Tesla that's some.
That people are, seeing things that we don't understand, or they don't want us to know, or maybe it's just some weird thing, some of the balloons, like I saw one that, I saw videos of it, one of those Mylar balloons with the turn sideways and they do weird stuff and they look like UFOs, in the daylight, and stuff like that. It's just weird when reporting it, or like we had not too long ago at the O'Hare Airport where my brother-in-law was working, and the pilots, everybody saw the same thing, and it was like they couldn't explain that one. So, and so I do believe there's things we just don't know, but whether they're from somewhere else or not, I really don't know. But it's it's just like you said, statistically the numbers are there, but like Mark said, would they really want to be here?
Yeah, exactly. Well, very good. Anything else for that, Frank?
No, just thanks for doing it. And interesting topic, though. I mean, I do listen to, when I get a chance, to those guys at night. I think it's what the guy's name is, Nori, now, that does it.
Yeah, he's a pretty sharp guy too.
Yeah. So anyway, get a kick out of it. I like the UFO stuff more than the crazy people stuff, because there's somewhat of a scientific side to it. Makes you wonder. But anyway, I'll turn it back over to KV9RKK.
Yeah, very good. That was Frank, Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo, Quebec. I'll get it right here in a second. Romeo, Kilo, and he's in northwest Mount Juliet. Who else is north?
Comment.
Hey, go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Paul. Are you on live stream?
Yeah, as far as I know, I am. Yeah, it says I am.
Well, I can't find you, and it's not showing up on YouTube.
Well, my thingy says I am on YouTube. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying. I've tried everything to find it, but I couldn't.
YouTube probably got me canceled,
Probably so.
No, I don't know. I'll try to bring it up somewhere else on here and see why it isn't, because shows I'm on there, and it says I've been on there live. It says live right on there, live from Mount Juliet. No, it doesn't say Mount Juliet, but 25 minutes and 41 seconds in, and I don't know why, because it shows up when I'm transmitting too. I can see it. And this isn't a direct connect. I'm looking at what's on the web, not what's, it's not something I generated.
All right. I just wondered if anybody else was seeing it, because I can't find it.
Well, I've got 3 people watching it. That's what it says, 3. You know how it shows 3 watchers?
Oh, yeah.
3 lurkers, whatever they are. And 3 thumbs up, but it may not be a thumb. I'm not sure.
Okay, back to net.
Yeah, very good. That was Michael, Cam4YRF, saying that he didn't see the YouTube video either. It's a secret. That's why I blocked people. I want some people to see it because they just don't have the security clearance because we're talking about UFOs. And we don't want to go there. Who else is north? Please come down.
KG4F12.
Hey, Charles, you seeing the UFOs up there in the Jolton area?
It's too cloudy.
Well, I don't mean tonight.
Yeah, I'm your alien.
Oh, is that right? No, really. Have you seen any? Yeah, that's not something silly. Like you heard me say, I'd seen it myself, but who knows what it was. Lots of people haven't seen them, and I think lots of people have seen odd phenomena in the sky.
I see stuff flying up in the air, but I think it's airplanes.
Oh yeah, a lot of times it is airplanes or reflections, or like somebody said, it's helium balloons, weather balloons, or sometimes it could even be military stuff that they don't release to the public.
I was talking to a guy on X-Link for 2 years, telling about it. He said they practice bombing over there.
Oh yeah, definitely. They got a big bombing range over there in Nevada and in White Sands, New Mexico.
I didn't know they do that on their own soil.
Oh yeah, they got big areas. There's a bombing range down in Florida, just south of Orlando, about 50 miles maybe.
All right. I don't know how well you can hear me. I got some work to do this weekend on Saturday. I'm thinking that using clear. I got to get this antenna back up.
Yeah, I can still hear you. You're doing fine, so there must be good conditions. Well, very good. That's our resident alien, Charles. He's in the Ashland City area. Kilo Go 4 Sierra, Foxtrot. Who else is north? To the west.
KM4YRF.
Yeah, very good, Michael. Yeah, let me get you there. I thought I heard somebody else in there, really weak station, but we'll stay with you for the moment. You're being very generous with those gifts, man. You're making me look cheap.
Well, that was the whole plan.
Yeah, okay, well, and $5 poor.
It's money well spent.
Yeah, I don't know. It's because of the advertisers you get that kind of money.
It probably is.
Anything good for the net? No UFOs?
Well, I've seen several strange things in the sky, but it's just one of those things that make you scratch your head and wonder what it really was.
I'll tell you a little example of how things get misconstrued in people's eyes, and I've been guilty of it myself. We were at a soccer game in Tampa, and it was in the stadium, the old stadium in Tampa. And we were up on one of the upper concourses, so you had a pretty good view looking out. But it was raining. That was the reason I was on the concourse, because they had a delay of game because it was pouring like hell on the summer game. And we're just standing out there drinking a Coke or something. And I looked over. There was a construction site off in the distance, about maybe quarter mile. Maybe it wasn't even that far. Maybe an eighth of a mile. And so that construction site included cranes and all kinds of stuff. The big building going up. And so I was looking out through this heavy rain and mist. It was, because there's lights around the stadium, so it really kind of blurred the vision around us. Anyway, I looked out, and it was really pouring down. It was a bad thunderstorm. And I looked over to my left. I don't remember if I said it or somebody else said it. They looked over and they go, "Holy mackerel, there's a tornado out there." And I looked, and like I said, I don't remember who said it. It might have been me. It's a long time ago. nearly 45 years ago. And I said, and you look, and as soon as somebody inputs that into your head that something exists, I looked over at that thing and I said, oh my gosh, it is a tornado. In my head, I said, it is a tornado. Holy mackerel. It was actually a crane in the mist. In my mind, it looked like a tornado, and so did a dozen other people.
Yeah, your mind can do strange things. I know that.
Well, I know my mind can.
Well, mine too.
Yeah, it was just funny. I still laugh about that. How I misconstrued that image in my head. Anyway, anything else for that, Michael?
I have nothing else, Paul. Looking forward to breakfast on Saturday, though.
Oh, you're just looking forward to the bacon.
That's exactly right.
Very good. That's Michael, Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot in southeast Nashville, just west of the airport. That's BNA Airport. Who else? Did I hear another weak station in there a minute ago? I heard KO4. What was the rest of that? Oh, man. Is anybody else copying that? Because I got nothing but buzzing in that signal.
KI4 WBZ.
KI4 WBC.
Okay, very good. Boy, that signal is awful. You on your handheld there, Chris?
No, sir. 50 watts out of a station here at home. Got the antenna up on the balcony, everything. Maybe it's just position.
No, now I hear you fine. I mean, before it was really rough. I mean, I couldn't even tell somebody. I could tell somebody was there, but it was just all buzzing and noise. And now it's fine. Oh, no, you're doing fine, Chris. How about UFOs?
Yeah, first off, I got a popping sound coming over your transmission. I don't hear it on anybody else, but it's just a pop, 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 like it's in the background. Yeah, it's several. There were a couple that made me uneasy. Handful of them, no, more just curious. I used to, when I lived down in Florida, I spent about 10 weeks out of my year working down in Key West. And if the weather was good and I couldn't sleep late at night, sometimes I'd just grab my cooler and go out to a little beach outside of town. There's a Boca Chica Naval Air Station down there. A lot of times you see some of the planes that may be doing maneuvers, they may be doing business, whatever. But yeah, I've seen some stuff come in down there, floating around. It's not like any traditional plane or helicopter that I've ever seen. You just see some strange movements in the sky, weird lights. And, I've seen them multiple times. They don't always look the same, but it's always been down around that same area. There's that one of the beaches I like to get up there on the side of the road, north of town, probably. I don't know what, 6, 8, 10 miles maybe. It's not so long, I forget.
Yeah, well, you know as well as I do that down there in the Keys, it's nothing but water and a few spots of land.
Like I said, I'm right next to Boca Chica, and with that being Naval Air Station, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Sometimes people are coming in for refueling, and the other stuff going on. But yeah, when it's dark, it's dark. And, sometimes you can't make out too much. I don't really see anything in daylight. Anything that made me scratch my head was always at night. But, a few other places, Oklahoma, Texas, and whatnot. Yeah, I've seen a few things, but not anywhere near a military installation either. Those are the ones that kind of make me more just the not knowing and the physics, the maneuvering, knowing the movement of that stuff is unlike anything that I can relate to, explain. Things that I've seen don't move like that. Anyway, not much else. I guess like Mike, I'm looking forward to the bacon too. I'll see y'all out there Saturday. I hope everything's good on your end. Y'all have a nice evening. Yeah, for WBC.
Yeah, very good. That was Chris. KI4 Kilo India 4 Whiskey Bravo Zulu. And I have actually, it's funny. I actually I went up on my it's no big deal. I went up on my phone and connected fine to the same transmission I have on my PC screen here. So, and I know that Mark is seeing it. So I'm assuming everybody who knows what the heck they're doing is seeing it. I don't know. In fact, it's clicking on the channel and then it's clicking on. I mean, hold on. I'll turn on. I can hear myself delayed here on my phone here. Don't want to hear myself. Anyway, it's actually the channel image for this tonight is a big yellow sign that says ham radio zone, turn off whatever, turn off explosives or something. Anyway, who else is north?
West Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Hey, there was somebody else in there, but hang on. Greg, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Well, we finally touched upon my main topic of interest.
Really? UFOs or Charles, who says he's an alien?
UFO, yeah, that's my big interest. But I didn't know this net was ready for it, so I've never talked about it much.
We're ready for anything, man. We're loaded for bear.
Yeah, and those are people who are just getting into it. Check out stuff from Stephen Greer, as far as George Norrie, particularly the Emery Smith, and then you got to check out the ancient alien astronaut theories and whatnot, because they're all kind of give you a comprehensive contemporary view.
Yeah, no, I get it. There's all kinds of other. I'm not sure what you call it. There's a word for it, and I can't think of it right offhand. But for instance, and one of the examples I would give is, how did the ancient Egyptians figure out not just physically how to build it?
The accuracy, and there will be 100-ton blocks of like limestone put on top of other 100-pound limestone that we can't even do nowadays. We can't even do this, make it that accurate, or put something that heavy up there.
No, nor could we afford
it. Yep.
Now, there's some empirical, I guess that's the right word, it's empirical evidence that we can derive, just like when you look at things and you go, how did they do that way back then? Anyway, and of course, the other thing is that, I hear people saying that the reason that humans exist is because they interacted with they came down and somebody interacted with whatever, raw humanity, some kind of a primate or something. They became us.
Yeah, the Anunnaki is one of the theories.
Yeah, anyway, that's just interesting stuff. I mean, I was a kid, I really enjoyed the topic. I just enjoyed reading about it. I would say studying, it may not be the right word, but it was always a lot of fun. Even just to conceive of it, because even when I don't remember what age I was, but I remember sitting with my father and he got a little perturbed with me because I said, man, I learned, I said, the universe is huge. He goes, yeah. He's all right. He's not a dumb guy. And I go, but it's infinite. And he goes, yeah, okay. And I go, I mean, infinite. I mean, no matter how, and I kept on saying, no matter how far you go, you can go more. And I kept on going on that same thing. He goes, all right, enough of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But fascinating topic. Absolutely.
Well, it's even becoming more evident now. We are learning through that new telescope, the Webb telescope. Well, it's not on the web. You know what I'm talking about. They're seeing things they didn't even expect to see. They don't even know what they're looking at sometimes. They're just astounded at all the clarity they have in those long, faraway galaxies.
Yeah, I need to check that out better than I have.
Oh, it's just fascinating. Now, the other thing that troubles me about the UFO thing, it's not a UFO, is we've been listening apparently on the wrong frequencies, because we've been listening for nigh on 50 or 60 years looking for transmissions from outer space. Maybe we just don't recognize intelligent transmissions from these other powers that be, because we haven't heard anything that I know of, or at least they're not telling us.
Yeah, I don't think that's what they use to communicate. Just personal opinion.
Yeah, it's telepathy problem.
Basically transdimensional and whatnot, and it all depends on which one of the gazillions of alien cultures you're talking about. There's more than one.
Well, again, like I said, what are the odds there's only one us, and what are the odds there's just one other?
Anyway, fascinating. KD4 TV, I kept it too long.
Aren't you glad I brought it up?
Very good.
I didn't even know that was one of Greg's interests. Anyway, it was one of my wife's interests, but anyway, that was Greg, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. He's in Antioch. Who else is west or north? I think it was somebody checking from the north again.
KD4 TWI.
Oh,
Rick Paul.
all right, hold on one second. I did have KM for TJF, and I had Wes in there. Hold on, Wes. Are you doing all right, Richard? You're a little rough tonight, but I can hear you. Yeah, I didn't quite hear that. Did you hear that, Michael?
I did not hear him.
You just weren't paying attention. What did you say, Richard?
Pro TV.
Ah, okay, very good. KO4. Hold on one second there. KO4 OTV. That was obviously that's Joel. Hold on one second, Joel. We got a couple ahead of you there. Anyway, you all right, Richard? Very good. That was Rick. He's in west of Ashland City. KM4 TJF. Yeah, KN4. Excuse me. Kilo November 4 Tango Juliet Foxtrot. Then I heard Wes in there. Wes, you doing all right?
Yeah, I must have missed my area. I'm sorry. No, everything's going good here. I missed the comment the other night. I ran out and looked. Of course, it was cloudy. I think it's cloudy tonight, so I hope to see that before it goes away. Trying to stay on the topic of astronomy and UFOs.
I'll try to forward you one of the fellows here on the net, Tony. He's got one of the people in this an astronomy club down there in Smyrna has a real nice video of the sighting with a very nice lensed camera.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to see it. So again, I assume it's going to last for a few days or a week or so as it makes its way through. No, everything is good here. We're sounding good. KE4TWI.
Very good. That's Wes. She's in by the lake north of Lebanon. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. Joel, I hear you up there. You doing all right? I'm not hearing Joel. Is he in silent mode? Anybody out there can hear Joel? Or was it Joel there at all? Because you said we had KO4 OTV. Didn't somebody tell me that?
Yeah, he was in there earlier.
Oh, man, now we got to send out a search party. Dang. All right, we're checking in Joel. I did hear him. And it's KO4 OTV, and he's in Joelton, just like coincidence. Or he's west of Joelton, actually. He's out in the woods. Who else is north or west?
KG4 ILV, Jack and Donaldson.
How many aliens you see in the events you used to do on camera, man?
I'm sworn to secrecy. I've had to sign a non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, it was like my wife. We were talking about that with my wife yesterday too. She said we were talking about all of these documents that are supposedly with Trump's house and Biden's house, and I said the problem. Oh no, it was also they were talking about that was added to the fire, the documentary we saw about UFOs, which was a pretty decent documentary, and it talked about these and some of the documents they even showed them, and they said secret. They were stamped secret at the bottom. They look like official documents. Don't get me wrong. And I told my wife, I go, secret don't mean crap in the federal government. That's like nothing, It doesn't. There's other classifications. I don't even know what they are, but secret's one of the real low ones.
But if you don't return a library book, they can find you 10 years later.
That's right. I don't know what to make of all that. I'm not going to even try to. I just know. I told her. I said, yeah, I had access and saw a lot of documents that were not technically. They were, not for public release. And I don't remember how they classified them exactly. But obviously, we would be jailed if we gave them to somebody else. I mean, literally, they'd send us to prison. And so, but I don't know that I could probably hand them to the Russians and go, man, we already got that crap. Take it back.
I was going to say the Chinese already have it.
Well, believe me, the stuff I saw, it's in all the papers by now.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, thanks for doing the net, Paul. Appreciate it. And look forward to Saturday seeing everybody.
Yeah, very good. That was Mr. Jack, Kilo Go for India, Lima Victor. He's in Donaldson. Who else is west? We're going west or south? Can I share that link? That is not required for I can just give them the access to that link, right? To the comment.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it's they feel free to
distribute it ad nauseum.
Or you can just post it to the group if you want to. You just post it on the site, just like a regular post. By the way, did you get that reference to Kahootek? You remember what a big splash that was, and it turned out to be a nothing burger?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got that. But just to, not to steal your members away, but we're having a star party Saturday night out at Edwin Warner, and guess what? Comet Z Tango Foxtrot, the green comet, will be a featured participant in the star party on Saturday night, starting around 6 p.m. and we run until we just run out of people.
Well, you can post that to the group too. Do that if you will. That's the best way to do it, to get it out to 200 people.
Well, okay. But anyway, no, I haven't seen any UFOs. I know you were going to ask. Haven't seen any since the mothership dropped me off in Triune a couple of years back.
I was wondering why you had that third eye covered up by the baldness.
Well, that, and the reason I don't come to the breakfast is because I have to drink using my little finger.
And you have to eat through your armpit?
Oh, no. That's no, we don't do that.
Very good. Anything for the net, Tony? I mean, I'm glad you brought that up about the star party. And like I said, post that. Really, I think there's other people who might be interested.
Well, it's right under the link for the comment, so you already got it.
Okay, very good. Very good. I will send that. Well, just send that out, please. What you got with that link to the comment. Just send out. No, I didn't send anything else out. I updated the thing about next month, February 25th, in our calendar, so everybody's going to get that severe weather notice too.
Yeah, that's cool. If you've never been, it's great. It's very interesting. They give away lots of free bling, lots of they even give away. I got a weather radio one year, which was kind of cool. But you get to meet and stand and talk to, for a fairly good period of time, your local weather personalities that are on TV, and meet them. And most of them, have vastly different personalities when they're away from the TV cameras. Like Katie Morgan at Channel 17, she's a big cut up. And the lady at Channel 5, the little dark-headed lady at night, oh man, she is a hoot. But you get to talk to them, and they do presentations, and it's a real interesting thing to go to. You can come and go as you please, and it's free.
Oh man, the old rule, man. If it's free, it's for me.
There you go. Anyway, that's about it. That, and I sent you a link to if you want to be an extra in the upcoming movie with Nicole Kidman. I sent you a link for that.
Oh, not that old hag.
Hey, she's tall. I like tall women.
Yeah, very good. I like my wife. She's tall enough. Anyway, that was Tony, KF4, KFQ. He is in Smyrna. And he was telling us about the star party, which all that stuff is on the web, by the way. He's going to send some more stuff as well. Who else is south or west or south?
Kilo Echo 4, Sierra Yankee Victor.
Hey, Larry. There's the man of the hour. Those UFOs?
Only one of them drunk.
Well, that's a big help, don't you think?
Okay. We'll let you get on with it, man. KE4SYB.
All right. Sobriety does not bring about UFOs. Okay. That was Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Larry. He also does the D-Star Net at 7:15 on Saturday nights. And he's in Rockville. Who else is south? Anybody else south? Boy, it's going to be shorter net than normal tonight. Anybody else, any place, anywhere? Please come down. I got all night, man. Nothing? Wow, we're slim pickings tonight. That would be 25, 24, 23, 20. Boy, that's only 20. Must be a busy night doing something else. We're sure we don't have any more before we move over to 28415. All right, a busy Wednesday night. Maybe just bad conditions. I don't think so, because I can hear everybody. Does anybody have any issues with propagation tonight?
I was hearing people a little scratchy calf for us.
Well, there was a couple that were, yeah, but normally I can even hear scratchy stations. Normally I can, and I just don't necessarily know who they are. All right, one last chance before we move over to 10 meters. Who else is out there? And of course, we're following up 10 meters with 220 net on 223.415, which seems to be picking up some interest. I'm a little bit surprised, but I guess I'm not too surprised. But we've got probably several people working on stations, and then there's about, I don't know, 6 or 8 people that already have stations, I think, 6 or 8 or 7 or 8 or 9. Some of them just have, 5 watts or 8 watts on 220, and that makes it a little harder, especially if they're far away from us. But worth it, giving it a try. Anyway, any other stations before we move on? Yeah, nobody liked the UFO title tonight. Anyway, all right, we had 19 actually. Let's see, what was your right? 26, 25, 24, 25, 20. Yeah, it's 19. 19 people. Of course, I didn't, I counted myself. All right, we're moving over to 10 meters, followed by the 220 net, so we'll see you there. I'm going right now. QSYing, as they say, to the other net, to the 10 meters. Very good. This is K4PEW with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Who else is out there from the east? Please come down. Hey, I hear you in there just fine there tonight there, Richard. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you just fine. A little bit of weak copy. That was KI4SIB and up by west of Lebanon. Who else is east? KM4HQE. I heard you as well. It's not a really great night, but I can hear you just fine there, Stan. You're able to hear Richard okay? Were you able to hear Richard at all? Oh, okay, very good. That was Stan, Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo in north, a little bit north of Lebanon. Who else is east or north? Hey, very good. Your station's working good on 10 meters there, Wes.
Yeah, I'm on the vertical, and you're at 9. I'm curious what my signal looks like to you.
Well, I'm not. Hold on one second. Let's try that again, Wes. Go ahead. Just give me something so I can look at the meter here.
All right, Kilo Echo 4, Tango Whiskey India, and I'll have the carrier here. All right.
Yeah, I was looking at S2, which seems a little low.
I don't know. I'm going to watch do a vertical diphole. So that's all I got vertically.
Oh, no, I understand. I can hear you perfectly, though.
Yeah, both Richard and Stan are really bad. All right, go ahead, KE4TWI.
Very good. That was Wes, Kilo Echo 4. Kilo Echo 4, Tango Whiskey India. Yeah, I don't even understand what I'm saying these days. Who else is east or north?
Comment WB0 and all.
Go, wait, comment. Hold on there, Mark.
I can hear Wes. He was S2 to me as well.
Okay, very good. You hear that, Wes?
Michael?
Right.
Wow, okay. Yes, you're about S2. That's great, Michael. Good job. All right.
Very good. That's just a reconfirmation of a signal report. Mark, you sound good. Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar. And I'm sure you're hearing those stations up there with Richard and Stan, okay?
Yeah, I heard Richard and Stan, but I'm not hearing Wes.
Oh, that seems odd because he's due east of you.
Yeah, I know. He usually falls to the wall on 2.
Wes, are you copying Mark?
Yeah, I've got Mark. He's S2, S3.
Are you still using that discone, Mark?
No, I'm on a wire. Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's the reason. You're on a wire, and because he's on a vertical, I'm on a vertical, and you're on a wire, so maybe that's the problem. Still no copy from Mark. I don't think you're not copying Wes at all, are you, Mark?
No, I switched over to the vertical wire. I don't know whether it makes any difference or not. I usually can't hear quite as good on here. So I made a difference over here.
Yeah, it improved. it improved your wire. The vertical gave you a better signal over to Wes, who heard you better.
Yeah, I heard West then too.
Oh, very good. So you're both on vertical. So it was the horizontal that was a problem, or you got a screwed up horizontal.
No, vertical has its days.
Okay, very good, very good. It just depends. That's why it's good to have a couple different ways to skin the cat, right?
I don't have a cat.
You already got it skinned, huh?
Roger that.
Very good. That was Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar. Oscar, who else is east or north?
KB9RKK.
KB9RKK. Everything going, you hearing everybody?
Yeah, so far, no problem.
Hey, key up again and just give me your call.
KB9RKK.
You know, as soon as you hit the push to talk, it almost sounds like, it sounds like a little brief hum. I don't know what that is.
I'm probably feeding back a little bit because the antenna's right over me.
Okay, just want to let you know. I hadn't heard that before that I can remember. Very good. That was Frank, Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo Kilo. He's in Northwest Mount Juliet. Who else is north? North or west?
KM4YRS.
Yeah, very good. I got you. Give me that $75 now because I called you.
All right, good deal.
Very good. That's Mike over there west of the airport. Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. Anybody else west?
KG4ILV, Jack and Donaldson.
Yeah, you sound great, Jack. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Were you copying both Mark and Wes?
Yeah, I've heard everybody so far.
Oh, okay, very good. That's it. You have just such a superior station. Well, you're kind of in the middle of a lot of people too, because just of where you are in east side of Nashville.
Yeah, I really am in a good location.
Yeah, very good. Who? Jack, Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Donaldson. Who else is west?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo, Greg and Antioch.
Very good. We got Greg and Antioch. Bigger signal than normal from you, Greg. Sounds good. All righty. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo, Greg and Antioch. Who else is west? We're not copying Rick out in Ashland City, Mike?
I haven't heard you.
Hey, Rick, you out there? K4PEW. He's missing the boat here. Anybody else west or south? West or south, please come in. Any place, anywhere, now that we've gone through around the compass here. Hey, Greg, you notice I didn't skip west today?
That is amazing. We'll write that down. You're doing pretty good for this year.
Anyway, anybody else, any place, anywhere in 10 meters, please come now.
Right.
Yeah, you have a question?
Yeah, Mike, where are you at? You're over by Quebec. I'm fairly close to Tribeca. I'm closest to Spence Lane and Murfreesboro Road, right where Hiller is, right there on the corner of Foothill and Murfreesboro Road. You live in a warehouse, or did I? No, it's a duplex. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to visualize a residential area in that way, and I'm blanking. But I'm not real familiar. I was just curious because you are still a strong signal.
Look up Bunker Hill Road.
Very cool.
Or is it Bunker Hill Lane?
Bunker Hill Drive.
Yeah, that was close, but no cigar. You know, I couldn't remember the name of that. I had to go to I did a web search for streets in Nashville because all I could remember is started with a P.
You sound like me now.
Well, it was one of those things that I said, man, it's something to do with a battle or something. You know, I couldn't think of what the word was. And I don't know if I ever told you that silly story. I was in the shipyards in Boston, walking through the shipyards to go to something. I don't remember what it was. Who knows what I was going to get coffee for all I remember. And I saw this sign on the wall, on this old brick wall in the shipyards in Charlestown, Boston. And it said, "This is the spot where the British landed for the Battle of Bunker Hill." I said, "Holy crap, that's cool."
Oh wow, yeah, I was a little excited about Bunker Hill whenever I moved here.
Thought it was a big hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Oh, you have a good, it sounds good from that location. Where did you get up that tower?
Well, when I get this 10-meter antenna up another 10 feet, hopefully this weekend, if it's not too cold to fool with it, it may be a little better.
All right. Well, okay, by now we're the only 10-meter net in this area that I know of that doesn't have an awards presentation.
Well, I guess you're right.
All right, very good. That was Mike, Cam 4 Wire Up. And any other check-ins before we move on? Because we're going to the 220 net. All right, KN4 Tango Juliet Foxtrot. You sound good, Rick. Sound better here over here than you did on 2 meter.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I think it's not working right. But yeah, they come in here like gangbusters.
Ah, very good. Glad to have you in there. That's Rick, Kilo November 4 Tango Juliet Foxtrot. Did I hear you in there, Earl?
Yeah, I think so. Came forward, just been lollygagging, procrastinating, and all that other not being on time stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, I take it to an art form myself.
Hey, I was facing the floor and kind of listening in here now and then. So I've got an answer for your question about the how they know how to learn to build those pyramids.
Oh, yeah. What about it?
Well, I heard watching a documentary the other day, or it may have been this morning. But anyway, they all came from Babel, and as the story goes, so I guess when they scattered around, they took all that their building education or knowledge with them, and there you go.
Yeah, I've read quite a bit about that a long time ago, but it's all very fascinating stuff.
No, okay. And they can't identify something, just make it up. They're just flying out there everywhere. You don't know what's going on out there anymore. Anyway, that's all I got. Keep on keeping on with the bad self. Thank you for the DEZ 73.
Yeah, very good, Earl. Good to have you in. That was Earl over in Noreen. Anybody else checking in late? All right, we're done. I'm going to call the net a close, and we're going to go over to the 223 net. We'll catch you later. K4PW.
Kilo Echo 4, Tango with India.
Are you trying to check in again there, Wes?
Look at my meter. Y'all go ahead. I don't think it's might have try FM tonight. If anybody's still around, y'all go ahead.
All right, well, let me do this. I'll just announce anybody who wants to do, you mean 10 meter FM on the same frequency or a different frequency?
29.6, let's say on the FM calling frequency.
29.6, you said, for the FM frequency, if everybody else wants to give it a try.
29.6.
29.6, that's it.
I'm headed there now.
All right, very good. 29.6 for anybody who wants to burn up the radio on FM. K4PW, closing out.
Thanks a lot. K4PW.